pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we commence with the roll call, I'd like to take a moment of silence in honor of Councilmember Terry Breyer. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Person?
Here.
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Mr. Pavoni?
Here.
Mr. Taylor? Mr. Corman? Ms. Palmer?
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. 2 absent.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead, Don.
I move we excuse the absent council members.
Second. Moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that we excuse the absent council members. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, before we go on to our special presentation, I'd like to read a statement from Mayor Law, who's out of town tonight. The city and this community have lost a good friend and leader with the death of Councilmember Terry Breyer. As a lifelong resident, Terry was a devoted cheerleader for Renton, and she was a valued member of the city council, who earned the respect of this administration and city employees in her commitment to work with us in improving our service to the public and the quality of life for Renton residents. Terry was always engaged in city issues and helped develop strong policies for the city through her collaborative communication style. She was equally involved in community organizations and constantly volunteered her time and expertise. I hope that the Breyer family finds some comfort in knowing that Terry played a big role in helping make Renton a great place to live and work. With the passing of Councilwoman Breyer, a vacancy has been created on the Renton City Council. Following the council policy and procedure 800-10, I'm officially acknowledging the vacancy and requesting and encouraging all qualified persons who desire to be considered for appointment to fill the council vacancy to submit a letter of interest accompanied by any additional materials outlining the person's interest and qualifications and letters of support from individuals or organizations to the city clerk. Council, I've reviewed the council meeting minutes of the last 2 city council where we've filled a vacancy, as well as our policy and procedure addressing this issue. Based on that information, we are setting a date for December 1st at 12 noon as the deadline for receiving letters of interest and accompanying information for the council vacancy. And with that, the Renton Reporter. Roll Rent. The Film Frenzy, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, Don.
You still there, Mr. Person? Mr. Person?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for having us. I'm Mitch Shepard. I'm a representative of the Renton Municipal Arts Commission, and also tonight I come as a representative of Real Renton, which is the group that has put on the Renton Film Frenzy. This year was the 7th time that we have had the Renton Film Frenzy in our esteemed city, and it was I don't know, it was an amazing experience for everybody this year. It has continued on its growth and is extremely exciting. But the Film Frenzy itself is not the only aspect of Real Renton, and what you have before you is a presentation that we put together that highlights many of the aspects of film in Renton that have come to light in the last year or been have exploded in growth and honesty. We've had festivals, we've had film competitions, we've had screenings, we've had so many things that have gone on, highlighted here as you'll see, starting with the actual formation of Real Renton this year, a website that was put up that focuses on the things that we've done to focus on film and not just artistic but also commercial work in the city of Renton. We've had initiatives that have come forth. We've had the Crash Cinemas, which is a single day event in conjunction with SIF, where teams of people go out and create a film and then it shows locally in one day. We had the SIF Renton, which is a very, very popular occurrence where we have the gala opening night where we had a film by Megan Griffiths this last year, which is just a tremendous experience for this city to have a filmmaker of such world-renowned note come and feature her film. And we have the gala, which is something we're extremely well known for with SIF. They love having participating in our gala and joining us and encourage our continued growth with their program, SIF, of course, which is frankly one of the greatest film festivals in the world. And we get to be a part of that. We have sponsorship. We had the Holly Shorts Festival, which I actually attended this year, where Renton itself was named with a number of local films that played there as part of this larger festival that brings in films from around the world, these shorts that are made by names that you know, up-and-coming filmmakers, video producers, commercial producers. It's an incredible it's a joining of all these great artistic minds, and our name was featured heavily amongst them as one of the groups that was supporting this venture. So, of course, in October this past month was the bulk of it, was the Film Frenzy from the 3rd through the 5th, where we had 12 teams this year competing, 8 open division and 4 student divisions. And then on the 18th, we had the screening, which was attended by over 250 people. And then the gala itself, which was attended by over 250 people, closer to 300, I believe, is what we came up with. We had awards, we had representation from SIF, from Washington Filmworks, from Real Girls, all these groups that are just huge proponents of what we're doing here. Last but not least, of course, was the South Asian Film Festival, which just wrapped up here a few days ago and was also something that the Renton Marketing Campaign supported. So there's just a huge amount that we are a part of, that Renton puts forward in film in this city. We are getting a name out there. We are becoming a place that is known for what it does, not just artistically but also commercially. It's become a location to scout. It's become a place for an Amazon pilot was recently filming in the area. It's just been huge, our growth here, and we first and foremost just wanted to bring that to your attention and let you know that things are definitely happening here with film in Renton. So I don't want to take up all of your time. I just really wanted to tell you just the efforts that have been made and how much has been going on, just bring that to your attention. And then kind of fold that over into a very cool thing, which is the winner of this year's Renton Film Frenzy. The Renton Reporter has a competition every year, which is the People's Choice Award, where the attendees of the gala are told to go and local also people can go and vote on their favorite film that they've seen. All the films are up. You can vote and say what you like. And tonight, here to present the winner is Brian Beckley with the Renton Reporter.
you. Good evening, members of the council. My name is Brian Beckley. I am the editor of the Renton Reporter. We at the Renton Reporter are very proud to be associated with the Film Frenzy. We've been associated with it for all 7 years, I believe, that it's been in existence. This is actually my second year that I've been able to come and present this award, and we're very pleased to be part of this. We recognize that the culture of a city is just as important to every other aspect in making the city a place to be. And so we're happy to get behind Real Renton and these. As Mitch was telling you, we posted all of the movies this year from the Film Frenzy filmmakers on our website and encouraged everybody to log on and vote for their favorites. And we have a winner. So without further ado, I would like to present the winner of this year's Renton Reporter People's Choice Curvy Award to the Film Vandals for their movie Rewriting Renton. This is the second year in a row that the Film Vandals have won the People's Choice Award. They also won Best Use of Renton this year, and they won third place overall in the Open Division. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Eric Showacy of the Film Vandals and congratulate him on winning this award.
Hey, how's it going? Do I talk into that or just talk to you? It's all good? Okay. My name's Eric. I'm with the Film Vandals. I'm representing 5 people today. Jimmy Dean Candela, Kyle Boynton, Caitlin Larson, and Sean Bannister. We're very thankful to be here. I would like to point out that we won Best Use of Renton 2 years in a row. And we're going to come back and do it again next year. So I hope to be seeing you in 365 days. Thank you.
Congratulations. Happy to.
Oh, you handed me an award that night. How you doing?
Council would like to come down. Sure.
No.
Congratulations. Good work. Come back.
All right, up next is our administrative report. Mr. Covington?
I have no report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that brings us to audience comment. Yeah, I have a sheet. We have one person signed up for audience comment. Howard, you know the drill. I didn't need to tell you. Come on up.
Howard McComber, live in Renton. Just wanted to first of all, I wanted to thank people. Want to remember Terry. She served very well. I served with Terry on the 2nd Task Force for the Highlands, and she's been very, very influential and worked very, very hard to make Renton a better place. And we all will miss her. The other thing is to show proper thanks. About 5 days ago or 6 days ago, we had a very bad cold snap, and it caused a lot of sorrow and pain, but a lot less than would have been if the city had not backed setting up Harambee as a cold weather shelter for people who otherwise would be out on the pavement, and I'm talking the sidewalk, with a blanket and a little tarp. And it's too cold for that, and it's too much pain, and I'm glad that the city has compassion and cares about the people on the bottom end who cannot take care of themselves. We don't judge those people, we just need to help them, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart as a city who has compassion and cares for the people on the bottom. That's so important. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. Okay, next up is our consent agenda. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 items on the consent agenda. Is there any items council wants to remove from the consent agenda? Yes, Mr. Person.
Hearing, nobody wants to take anything off, I move that the consent agenda be adopted as read.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right. Unfinished business. Mr. Person.
No unfinished business.
Aye. Ms. Palmer.
No unfinished business.
Mr. Pavoni.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Resolution and ordinances. We have 2 resolutions.
Okay, the first resolution is regarding the Puget Sound Emergency Radio Network implementation. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with the King County and the cities of Auburn, Bellevue, Federal Way, Issaquah, Kent, Kirkland, Mercer Island, Redmond, Seattle, and Tukwila regarding the implementation of the Puget Sound Emergency Radio Network.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? The ayes have it.
The next resolution is regarding the operator agreement for the Puget Sound Radio Emergency Network. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with King County and the cities of Auburn, Bellevue, Federal Way, Issaquah, Kent, Kirkland, Mercer Island, Redmond, Seattle, and Tukwila, entitled Puget Sound Emergency Radio Network Operator Interlocal Cooperation Agreement.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Down to new business. Mr. Person.
Mr. Mayor, I don't have a schedule in front of me for new business, so could you announce it for me?
Happy to. So we have committee of the whole this coming Monday, November 24th at 6 p.m. We have one item on the docket, and that is 2015 legislative priorities. And I guess while I'm here doing announcing, I'll announce that at 4 o'clock on Monday, November 24th, we'll be having committee on committees in the council conference room, 2015 council committee selections. Mr. Pavoni.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Palmer.
Yes, we'll have a finance committee next Monday, which is November 24th, at 5 p.m. in the council conference room. There are 4 items on the agenda. The first one is school impact fees. The second item is 2014 year-end budget amendment ordinance. Third item is vouchers, and fourth is emerging issues and revenue streams. And that's it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I've also got, Community and Economic Development Department recommends setting a public hearing on December 8th, 2014 to consider the moratorium on residential development adopted on November 3rd, 2014. It will be council concur, set public hearing.
Yeah, there's going to be a public hearing on the 8th.
It was in the consent agenda.
Oh, okay.
And actually, it set it for December 1st.
December 1st. Okay.
Yes.
And that would be to consider the moratorium on residential development.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. And I think that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Okay, item number 10, audience comment. Anyone wish to address the council? Come on up.
Beth Asher, Renton, Washington, and it's cold. I just wanted to talk about Harambe. Interestingly enough, I was at South Renton Connection. I'm a member of the South Renton Neighborhood Association, and we found a gentleman kind of shivering outside the Chamber of Commerce doors. For those of you who may not know it, Harambe opens at 8 in the evening. They're one of the few shelters you can get into in the evening. And they do not turf you out until 8 a.m. So you have a safe place to sleep and you don't have to get up and hit the bricks at 6. So we were able to take the gentleman there and check him in, and it was very nice. That service is much needed. And it's amazing to me how few services are open in the evening. I found a kid, about 14, a runaway in front of Fred Meyer last year, and could not find an agency open, could not find any place to take him. And of course, even though I'm a grandmother, he was leery of getting in the car with me because he doesn't know me from Adam. So I finally just, your alternative is to take him to Shari's and give him enough money to sit there for 5 or 6 hours with coffee and food. I mean, so for Harambee to be open at those hours, that is just a blessing for this community.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes,
Chair.
Ms. Palmer.
And Harambee is one of the few that will allow men, women, families, and they have separate areas, and that's very rare in the greater Puget Sound area, that will allow kids with teens, especially teen boys. So thank you to Harambee and all the volunteers and the city for supporting that.
Anyone else wish to address the council? What's the wish of the council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the meeting be adjourned.
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.